Please welcome Tyrone Void.
Before I became a dad, I had a clear vision of the father I would be. I had experience with kids. I had been an uncle. I was a teacher. I was a coach. I had it all figured out. And then in 2017, my son was born, and it got real. Thank God for grandmas who gave us much-needed reinforcement, but then had the audacity to move on with their lives after 3 months. And then reality hit. And after multiple failed attempts at putting my sleeping child down, I realized I have no idea what I'm doing. Suddenly, every ounce of the weight of fatherhood, I could feel it. Every minute of every day, I carried the responsibility of shaping this helpless human into a contributing member of society. And it was heavy, because in my mind, I had a history of falling short of my potential. And that just couldn't happen this time. I could not get this wrong. So one day in deep thought and on the brink of depression, something clicked. Because the transition from father figure to father felt similar to my transition from assistant coach to head coach, which is just one chair away, but a world away. And so I figured, this is what I know. Being a coach is what I'm good at. And I had been here before. You see, I didn't know how to be a dad, but I knew how to bring people together. I knew how to create structure. I knew how to manage challenges. And so I made a decision. I would approach fatherhood like a coach. Suddenly, it started to make more sense. Because the very first thing I had to do as a coach was create a team culture. And I took pride in my teams having an identity on and off the court. We had an approach, a way of doing things that went beyond the scoreboard. Because see, the culture set the parameters for expectations to be both unwavering and universally applied. Now, as a father, that culture had to be similar. You see, the culture asks the questions, who, not what, do you want to be? And how, not what, are you thinking? And does that thought process lead to decisions that align with who you say you want to be? Because as a coach, the staff will change, situations will differ, and players will come and go, but the culture remains. And as a father, your children grow, life evolves, but the foundation, the culture, has to stay intact. And a key ingredient to building a culture is defining the wins. Now, let's make something crystal clear. Okay, I never have been, and I never will be somebody who leans into moral victories. But defining ways to win, even on the smallest level, allows for winning to become a norm. And those small victories can be stacked into triumphs that deepen the trust and validates the culture. Quick story. Going into my first full season as a head coach, I knew that winning a lot of games could be difficult. And so I adopted the mantra, wins and lessons. There will be no losses, right? Because I figured that it would at least give us some hope, or at the very, very least, encourage us to stay the course if things got rough. And that was amazing in theory. And then the season started. And I got really sick of the lessons. So much so that I became hypercritical and just downright negative. And it affected my team, specifically one young man who was a solid player but unsure of himself. And after every single thing he did on the court, good or bad, he looked at me. I later realized I had fractured his trust. He was no longer enjoying the game, learning, growing. He was performing for approval. He was so concerned with disappointing me that he couldn't concentrate on doing the things that he did well. Instead, he was looking to me, the gatekeeper of wins, for validation. Now, truthfully, there were wins in every game that should have been celebrated, that could have been stacked, and I failed to do so. Now, that opportunity presented itself again years later as a father. And when my son did something, toddlers, did something that I didn't agree with, I would say, well, that doesn't make daddy happy. And so one day when I was giving him praise for something he did correctly, he says, well, are you happy? Does this make you proud of me? You see, he was looking to the sidelines for validation, for a win. And I thought, I've been here before. And there was no way I was going to mess this up this time. I refused to repeat this cycle and fracture his trust. No, we were going to stack these wins right now. So I stopped him and said, listen, there is nothing you can do to make me more or less proud of you. I'm proud because of who you are. I'm proud to be your father. No losses, just lessons. You see, I'm here talking to you about fatherhood and dressed as a coach because that's my story. My coaching experience was my proof of concept that I could get it right. It gave me a life experience to tap into, to navigate the choppy waters of the unknown. But see, this ain't fatherhood advice. Matter of fact, this ain't even about sports. Because whether you're a parent, a leader, a dreamer, or some combination of the three, there is something inside of you, a purpose, a life experience that links where you are to where you want to be, where you're supposed to be. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where the task feels heavy, right in the midst of that terrifying uncertainty, I want you to tell yourself 4 things. Say, I can. See, I didn't even expect y'all to participate that time, but I'm going to take it. Say, I have to. Say, I get to. Say, I will. Now, y'all are such good students. Let's do this again, okay? Say, I can. You can do it. Everything that you've been through, you've made it through. You've done it before. You can do it again. Say, I have to. You owe yourself the opportunity to prove yourself right, to see what's on the other side of accepting that challenge and acting on those aspirations. Say, I get to. Listen, all of it is a part of the journey. All of it. You get to create a culture for your family, your team, yourself, where wins are available every single minute of every single day. Embrace it. No losses, just lessons. I will. You will do it. Listen, good days, bad days, ups, downs, fear, anxiety, all of them are things. None of them is the thing. So I want you to show up every single day in your best form, regardless of what it looks like, because that's who you are. Now let's try this again because it went so well. But this time I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to hear your voice echo. And I want you to say it not like you believe it. I want you to say it because you believe it. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to say, I can. I want you to say, I have to. I want you to say, I get to. I want you to say, I will. Now listen, I can't promise you that the weight of the task will ever get any lighter. In fact, a tried and true way to increase strength is progressive overload. So it could get heavier. But allow the gravity to pull you to a center of familiarity, a place of, I've been here before. And just know you can because you have to. And you get to, so you will again. Thank you.
That was Tyrone Void.